testing a lot of new products today. I don't have any eyeshadows or eyeshadow palettes to test, so I just did kind of what I've been doing lately, which is MAC shadows, Maximo Silk, and soft brown in the crease with a little Swiss chocolate, and then woodwinked on the lid. So we're going to try out a new eyeliner. This is from NYX. It is the That's the Point Put a Wing on It liner. It is, I think, supposed to be matte. It doesn't say, but I usually like NYX liners. So my all-time favorites from the drugstore is the Curvitude liner from Maybelline. Obviously, there is a huge size difference between the two. So let's pray that this goes good. I'm going to try to do winged liner. We're going to just do this together. That was pretty easy. It's not the blackest liner I've ever used, but that was really, really easy. And it's like not very black. You can see there, it's like not very black. This is a fail. I would not spend your money on this. I can't remember if I got this from Target or from Ulta, but I would pass on this. It's just not that black. So let's go in with our Curvitude and you'll see what a difference this one is versus that NYX one. We're gonna try out this new pencil from Wet n Wild. It is their retractable brow pencil and it is in medium brown. It has that triangle tip that so many of them are coming out with now. Lots of companies are coming out with these triangle brow shapes. And we're just gonna go in here and see if we could get some nice brows. I'm always, you know, on the hunt for a good drugstore brow product. My favorite right now that I'm just loving is this one from Maybelline, the Total Temptation. It's got like a weird little small, you know, spoolie on the end, but I really love the brow product. So what I usually do is I kind of just trace the outline of where my brow is, or like the shape that I want. This pencil, I'm not loving, if I'm gonna be honest. It is a little bit stiffer. Like I feel like I'm not getting a ton of pigment. Like I feel like I'm having to press pretty hard to have it show up. This one is from Physicians Formula. It's called the Smudge Proof Brow Gel. I got mine in the shade medium brown, and it's supposed to strengthen, oh, it's a strengthening blend. Okay, well, I'm very excited to try this. So basically, we fill and define, and then we blend. So it's a long-wearing, water-resistant, transfer-proof, smudge-proof, budge-proof brow transformer with brow-enhancing ingredients. Interesting. That's a lot of product on this like little paintbrush paddle. Oh, interesting. It is an angled brush, like an angled brush with a ton of product on it. Okay. Here we go. This is interesting. So we're going to just brush this through. Okay, so I think you fill in and then you use the spoolie to blend it. This is a meh product for me. Like, I don't know if I love it. I don't like the angled brush on it. I think that's kind of weird. So, hopefully this video will turn around and we will have some products that we like a little bit better. Professional, this is the Pearl one. I like the original Professional, and so I'm excited to try this one. It was, I think, like a little coupon code or something on Sephora, and so I really wanted to give this a try. Oh, it definitely, oh, it has a nice scent to it. It feels really good. Wow. This feels like smoother than the regular Professional. So far, like that primer, and I don't even feel like it makes it like overly glowy or dewy to your skin. It just is like a nice pore filling blurring primer. So yes to that, finally something that's working for us today. Next, we're gonna go in with this Revlon Insta Filter Foundation. I got the shade 240 medium beige. It was literally so hard to find a shade to work for me. I got 2 shades and then I had to send them back because they were so light. So they do have a lot of light shades. Now this one, it has a little, you twist up at the bottom and then it comes out through this hole, and then you could use a sponge, but I'm not going to because, well, I'm not really a fan of these kind of sponges. Not my favorite application method, but come on now, please don't tell me this is too light as well. And I'm going to use my beauty blender for this. I haven't heard actually too many people talk about this foundation, so I'm excited to see what it looks like on the skin because I just haven't heard anyone talk about it. Man, this is 240 beige and it's still really light. Arg. Okay, so on half of my face, I think it looks really pretty. Yeah, I think it looks pretty. It's not super full coverage, so if you're looking for a really full coverage foundation, we'll see if we can build this up, but I would say it's about medium, but you can still see some skin peeking through. I definitely don't love this application. I mean, I guess if you like to apply with those type of sponges, maybe you would like that, but to me, I feel like so much product is going to get wasted in that applicator. It doesn't look cakey on the skin, which is nice. Doesn't look heavy. And I don't find that it's accentuating any dry areas or anything like that. So if you have like a hairy face or peach fuzz, or you're not up on your like face shaving, I feel like it is accentuating that a little bit. Like I can see in the mirror like peach fuzz on my chin. And I'm not a particularly like hairy person, but you definitely can see that. It's not the most like natural looking foundation or flawless looking foundation, but it's okay. This foundation is super expensive. I think it's like $17 at Ulta, so it is quite pricey. I would say that there are better foundations for less expensive price than this Revlon one. I just feel like Revlon is like really overpriced, like really overpriced. While it's not a bad foundation, I don't know if it's worth like a $17 price tag. It's just not like wowing me or blowing my mind or anything like that. This new NYX Micro Contour, and there's a few different ways they show to use it. They show around your mouth and around your nose. We're gonna try this out on our nose. So there's a contour and a highlight side. I got the shade Light. Yeah, Light. I swatched this on my hand earlier and this looks very warm. Like look how orange that is. Like this is very orange. Okay, so they say to go down the sides. And then I seriously, I can't, I can't take anybody seriously when they do nose contour videos and they do this. Like this looks like a penis on my face. Like I legit have a wiener drawn on my nose. Like I can't. Okay, and then they say you highlight right here and you highlight right here. Seriously. It looks like there's a penis on my face. All right, so we're gonna blend it out. I've been loving this little brush from Real Techniques to blend out my contour, my nose contour. This is so orange. Yeah, no, goodbye, not happening. Pass on this. I'll show you a good contour color and you can tell me what you think is a better contour shade. Contours are supposed to be cool tone. They're supposed to be mimicking the appearance of a shadow. Look at that. This is my Anastasia one I use all the time, and this is the contour stick. This is, look how warm that is. It's so warm, and that's just not a natural look. Like, yeah. And honestly, this highlight pencil is very, very, like, non-blendable. The True Match Lumi Bronzette. It is a little bit different, I believe, from the one they came out with a few years ago, or last year. I got the shade Light, yeah. The shade Medium was glittery, and the shade Deep was way too warm for me. Way, way, way too warm. Oh, I like this color. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Finally, a product I think I can get behind. We're gonna use these new Jouer blushes. This is in Adore Me, Hold Me, so the Adore Blush Duo. Very beautiful, beautiful neutrals. And for my blush brush, I'm just going to use this Real Technique one. I'm going to wipe it off. And I'm actually going to dip into both of these colors. They're just so stinking pretty. And we're going to just dust that on our cheeks. It's very, very pretty. Went a little less crazy on my blush than I did in my last video, because that one I went a little bit psycho. All right, this is a new product from e.l.f. This is a collab with Heart, or That's Heart on YouTube. I've watched her for years, so it's really exciting to see her come out with a collab. This is called Coffee and Cream. So you have a darker shade and then this light shade, so it's for dark or light fair skin, or you can mix them together, which I think is what I'm going to do, because the light one is pretty light And then this one is pretty, it's a little bit darker. So I'm gonna mix the two back and forth. I'm using a Wet n Wild brush. I've been loving this setting brush for highlight. It like picks up the product so nicely. All right, there we go. Sometimes with these e.l.f. highlighters, you almost have to like scrape off the top like layer, and then the highlight is really nice underneath. I don't know if I've shown this in a video. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation. I think I got mine at Ulta. No, I got mine off Amazon. And when I first got this, I've used this a few times, but when I first got this, I did not like it. I didn't think it did anything for my lashes, but then the more that I've used it, the more I like it. I also find that this mascara, this is really hard to do this and talk at the same time. This mascara layers really well, like you can build up with it, which is really nice. And I love it for the lower lash line. My lips, I'm gonna use Bound by ColourPop, which is like my favorite lip liner right now. For our lip color, this was sent to me from Pixi. It is the Pixi by Petra. This is their new Matte Last Liquid Lip in Matte Beige. And this lip color is phenomenal. Yes, 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 yes. So, very, very quick rundown of the things I think are worth buying. I definitely think these are beautiful. I've tried this in another color. I love the formula. It lasts all day. It's not drying on your lips. It just feels just like you don't have anything on your lips. It's really, really nice. If you're looking for a really good lip product, definitely check out these Pixi by Petra, the Matte Last Liquid Lips. These are so, so good. Also amazing. The packaging gets super dirty, but I really love this mascara. It's uber black. So if you like a very black mascara, this is probably one of the blackest mascaras from the drugstore that I've ever used. It reminds me a lot of the Perversion from Urban Decay. You know how black that is? That is how this one is. I really like it. This primer is really nice. I love the way it felt on my skin. It was very smoothing, soft, baby soft, without having that kind of greasy feel that I find sometimes those pore filling, blurring primers can have. Yes, I would definitely recommend picking this up. I'd be interested in purchasing the full size of that. This is a beautiful bronzer. I think this color is perfect if you like to kind of contour bronze. This is going to be great because it's that nice cooler toned bronzer. The medium one, I think I had already shared with you, it had glitter in it, and then the deep was just really, really warm toned. But the light one I think is really great. It was very, very smooth and creamy, and I don't find that it was like too powdery. It doesn't swatch very good. It does have a slight sheen though. Can you see that? It has a little bit of a sheen, but I think it's really pretty on the skin. It actually kind of reminds me of the Makeup Forever Profusion bronze that I really like. Let's see if the colors are the same. The texture is different because this one is more of a baked gelée, and but I feel like the way it looks on the skin is quite similar. The Jouer blush duos, they came out with 3. I think they are absolutely phenomenal. This is just the perfect like nude everyday blushes. They have a brighter pink one and then kind of a lilac-y purple. This is stunning. Definitely recommend checking these out. I think that these two, you can wear them, like I said, separately or together. That lighter shade is quite light. You can barely see it. So I like mixing them together because this one has just like a little bit of a sheen to it, which is really, really pretty. Foundation is okay. I mean, even after I have all my products on, it looks nice, but I feel like my skin has looked better. There's other foundations that have made my skin look nicer. So it's not a bad foundation. It's just probably not something that I would reach for often. And I don't really love the applicator. I just think there's other foundations at the drugstore that are far superior to this. And this is pricey. It is, like I said, about $17.99. It is not even a full fluid ounce. You get 0.9 fluid ounces. The color range is really hard to figure out what your color is, but it's not a bad foundation. It's just not my favorite. I personally wouldn't recommend it just because I know I'm not going to reach for it. If you're curious about it, I definitely recommend trying it out. I just probably would not recommend spending your money on it. I think there's better foundations at the drugstore. This Wet n Wild, I definitely would pass on this one. I don't feel like it had, it almost was like a waxy feeling. I have to press really, really hard to get it to show up on my brows. This is a very, very dark medium brown color. I've used many medium brown pencils before. This one is very, very dark in my opinion. If you want a great drugstore brow pencil, the Total Temptations is so great. The liner pass 100%. While it was easy to do the winged liner, it wasn't very black, it wasn't very dark, and I felt like it was really dry on my eyelid. So I would skip on this one, and I would definitely purchase the Maybelline Curvitude or even the Wet n Wild Pro line. That one is really, really great. So this one was a fail. I would definitely pass on that. Same with this NYX Micro Contour. That is such a warm toned contour. I don't like it. I feel like it's very stiff and it's not very creamy or blendable. The highlighting shade was pretty bad as well. So pass on this. Highlighter is really, really pretty. And once you kind of get past that top coat, I think it's a really, really pretty highlighter. I like them blended together, and obviously it gave like a really nice glow. So I do like this highlighter. Obviously, I say go support Heart. I know she probably put a lot of hard work into that product, and so definitely love supporting fellow YouTubers. So I think the colors are really pretty. Just kind of scrape off that top layer, and then I feel like the highlighter is like 10 times better. Pass on this one. There's one by Maybelline that is far better. It's their new Tattoo Waterproof Gel or something like that. I'm going to show that in a video coming up as well. That one is so good. I absolutely love it. This is just weird. I get that they wanted to have like the little brush, but it's too goopy. There's too much product that ends up on it. And I feel like my brows, they're not crispy, but I feel like they look almost like dusty looking, and there's no powder on them. All right, guys, so that is it for the final first impressions of quite a few products. Have you tried any of these? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!